Meanwhile, Sunday marks 1 year since the assassination attempt on Donald Trump during a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania.
And we're learning 6 Secret Service agents were reportedly suspended over the security breakdowns on that day.
Lucas Tomlinson is live in Washington with more. Good morning, Lucas.
Good morning, Charlie. Good morning, guys. Sandra and Griff. Nearly 1 year after the attempted assassination of Donald Trump, some critics are still asking why there was not a proper overwatch on that roof near the stage. The 6 Secret Service agents that have been reportedly suspended have been suspended for the blown coverage, but they were not fired. The deputy director defended the agency's decision not to sack anyone. Quote, "We aren't going to fire our way out of this. We're going to focus on the root cause and fix the deficiencies that put us in that situation. Secret Service is totally accountable for Butler." Trump's assassin killed 50-year-old former Fire Chief Corey Comparatori. His widow, Helen, spoke to our own Alexis McAdams about what she wants to ask Secret Service.
I want to know what the hell they were thinking that day. Where were they? Why didn't they come pick up the radios? Why weren't they paying attention? Why did they think that that roof didn't need covered? I can see it. Our blood is all over their hands. I'm angry. I lost the love of my life. My kids lost their father. They screwed up.
Secret Service Director Sean Curran, who you see on the stage there, responding to the criticism after the interview, saying in a statement, quote, "I have kept my experience on July 13 top of mind, and the agency has taken many steps to ensure such an event can never be repeated in the future. Nothing is more important to the United States Secret Service than the safety and security of our protectees." Now, Trump's response to getting shot that day in Butler in the ear served as a rally cry for the remainder of his campaign. He got up, as you see here, fist extended, and yelled, "Fight, fight, fight." The crowd erupted in cheers and responded, "USA, USA, USA, guys." There was a hand ride to the wire after that. Guys?
All right.
Thanks, Lucas.
Thanks, Lucas.
Thank you, Lucas. I was just saying on the couch here, it is hard to believe how much happens in such a short time. I mean, just to think that was just a year ago. And now we're hearing for the very first time from the Butler emergency first responders on the moment that they began to monitor Thomas Crooks. Listen here.
The shooter is one of those people that I began to monitor. I've seen him going in and out of eyesight, looking up and paying close attention to where our sniper units were located within that building.
Crooks was spotted on the westernmost window facing south. The Beaver County sniper asked me to come speak with him, and when I went over there, he'd showed me he'd taken 2 photographs of Crooks. He was suspicious. He kept looking up at the window I was posted at. And as he kept looking up at the window I was posted at, he walked in up against the building to the point where I couldn't see him, almost like he was hiding.
Just didn't really seem like he gave any cares about actually being at a presidential rally.
If you haven't had a chance to watch this, please do. Part 2 is now available on Fox Nation, and it's the first time that we've heard from those first responders and the look that they had at Thomas Crooks, and obviously when they started to act on that day.
Yeah, and you know, good on Fox Nation to really go and dive into this and getting that interview with the Butler Emergency Services people, because there are still, a year later, a lot of questions surrounding that day and that event.
Yeah.
And while there are obviously some mistakes on the ground, most of those agents did their jobs and did it well. Obviously, we could talk about the security leading up to it, but the breakdown was at a higher level where the communications, the threat assessment that was being made on the ground was not making it to a position where they could take him out sooner. And obviously, we lost a great patriot in that horrible crime.
Who is obviously still, the family still demanding answers on what led up to that moment.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.